There's a specific moment that comes after a Black person finally admits they're exhausted, a moment many others recognize but may not yet have language for. After they finally name the cause of their survival, a new realization starts to surface. It's heavier, it's deeper. They begin to notice that the behaviors didn't start with them. They inherited them. I want you to picture something. A Black professional walks into a meeting or a coffee shop, a space they entered 100 times before. But before they cross the threshold, it's micro, maybe milliseconds. Their eyes scan the room, their bodies check the temperature, their nervous system asks a question before their mind ever speaks. Am I safe here? That pause isn't a quirk, and it's not anxiety. That pause is an inheritance. Most people look at hesitation and assume the exhaustion is coming from today, from the job, from deadlines. But the real cue isn't the stress. It's the age of the stress. That individual isn't tired because of their 9 to 5. They're tired because their body is running a survival program designed for a much more dangerous world. The labor didn't start with them. They inherited it. We need to tell the truth about history for a second. Before survival lived in Black bodies, it lived in systems. In policing, in Jim Crow, in segregation, in housing discrimination, in the quiet rules about who could live freely and who had to stay alert. Before vigilance was subconscious, it was explicit. There was a literal book, not a metaphor, a printed guide. It was titled the Negro Motorist Green Book. It existed for one reason, to tell Black people where they could sleep, eat, and exist without risking their lives. The danger was real. The map was physical. This wasn't paranoia. It was intelligence. But here's what history often leaves out. When the book went away, the danger didn't vanish. It just became explicit. So what happened? Black folks took the map and moved it inside the body. Instead of reading pages, they started reading tone. Instead of checking listings, they started checking faces. And the book disappeared, but the behavior stayed. That's inherited. This is why so many Black professionals feel tired, even when nothing is happening, because to the internalized survivor, nothing's happening isn't a signal to relax. It's a signal to stay alert. Let me make this real. Take something as simple as sending an email. For many people, they type, hit send, then go to lunch. But for the person carrying the map, the Green Book map, they write, then they pause, then they analyze and question. Is that too aggressive? Is that too casual? Did I use too many explanation points or not enough? They reread it. They soften the language. They add qualifiers. The email took 30 seconds to type, but the emotional labor took 20 minutes. That's not perfectionism. That's safety management. That's a human being trying to avoid being misunderstood because their ancestry learned that being misunderstood could cost everything. This is the quiet injustice of inheritance, doing the work of a diplomat and a risk analysis just to exist in everyday space. And the bill keeps coming, even when the original threat is gone. Over time, this shapes identity. The individual stops asking, what do I want? And starts asking, what won't cost me? They don't choose paths. They calculate them. They don't express freely. They filter first. That's not a personality trait. That's a survival framework that never got decommissioned. And here's the part we rarely say out loud. Inheritance doesn't just pass down fear. It passes down unpaid labor. The labor of vigilance, the labor of translation, the labor of emotional regulation, the labor of safety management. Many people carry survival intelligence for environments they no longer live in, but the body was never told. The war has changed. So it keeps watching, it keeps bracing, it keeps scanning, and what once saved lives now gets misread as hesitation, reserve, or a lack of confidence. Because when survival outlives the threat, it doesn't look like danger. It looks like habit. This episode is about honoring the intelligence that kept the lineage alive. Survival was necessary, but hear me clearly. Survival was never meant to be permanent. The work now isn't to erase the map, the Green Book map. It's to update it, to tell the Black nervous system, Thank you for the protection. But this is not the same battlefield. So I want to leave you with this question. When you see that pause in yourself or in someone else, ask yourself, is that a personal flaw or is that a survival strategy waiting to be laid down? Survival is inherited, but freedom has to be learned.